Alrighty, welcome back in. Zach Gelb show here with you coast to coast on the Infinity Sports Network. How about Virginia? They're now ranked 24th in the country after their massive upset victory up against Florida State in double overtime by a final score of 46-38. And now joining us is the head coach at Virginia, and that, of course, is Coach Tony Elliott. Coach, first and foremost, congratulations. I would ask you how you're doing, but I think that'd be a stupid question, especially after what we saw on Friday. That was really something special.
Well, no, I appreciate it. Doing well, but it's back to work. It's a takeover Tuesday in our building, and we got a really good Louisville football team that we got to get ready for.
So we'll talk about Louisville obviously in just a bit. I was at a wedding over the weekend. So Friday night, I got to my hotel and I was watching your game. I was also watching Arizona State with that craziness.
Mhm.
When that all did go down in double overtime, 4th and 12, you make the game winning stop, the interception, and then you had the field storming. Just kind of process that for me and everything that you were feeling right in the immediate aftermath of the game.
Oh, it was crazy. And I was at Clemson for a lot of years where the fans actually come on the field after the game. But man, the way it happened in Scott Stadium, man, it's something that I'll never forget. But it was intense. There was a lot of joy, a lot of excitement, and then had to do an interview, and then they rushed me off the field. So I really didn't get to stay for the full effect, but I got to see some video of the guys out on the field really taking it in.
So when you got a moment to breathe, because it's
Mhm.
such a blur, right? The fans, I've never seen a field storming like that. It was one of the coolest things ever, where the ball wasn't even on the ground, or the ball wasn't even, the play wasn't even blown dead yet after the interception, and boom, the fans right away. Like I thought it was AI watching from my room, and I knew I was watching it live. So it was something
Mhm.
crazy. But I don't know if it was maybe in the locker room with your team afterwards or when you got home, but when you got a moment to breathe, when did it hit you what your team was able to accomplish?
I think in the locker room, having an opportunity to see the joy and the expression of the guys, and that's really when it hit me.
And then also, you guys go up big to start, then they
Mhm.
come back. And then when you're the underdog, people naturally wonder, Tony Elliott, oh, they're going to unravel. But your team always showed fight. They showed that they
Mhm.
were ready for the moment. That's always a thing. Like I've been around some upsets before. You wonder if the team's going to be ready for the moment and if they're going to be able to fight back when the other team gives a counterpunch. Why was your team not only ready for the moment, but able to handle the adversity of the game?
I think the our program as a whole, since this staff has taken over, has been building our foundation on adversity and overcoming adversity and persevering. And I told the guys that it was going to be a heavyweight fight. It was going to go all the way to the fourth quarter. That nothing that happened in the first or the second quarter was going to determine the outcome of the game. So they're going to hit us. We're going to hit them. But you just keep swinging, you keep fighting, and don't look at the scoreboard. Just get it to the fourth quarter and then believe that you're going to go win a one possession game.
It's your fourth year. I know Rome isn't built in one day, but what are you guys building and what does that win do for your program moving forward now?
Right, great question. I think what we're building is a program that wants to be the model to show everybody what it means to truly pursue excellence on the field, but also off the field and in the community. So that's what we've been focusing on the last 3 years is really laying a foundation, teaching everybody how to think properly in order to be able to attack your daily activities with excellence. That doesn't mean that we're perfect. We know we can't attain perfection, but if we work really hard and we become consistent at what we're doing, then we'll be good over a consistent amount of time, and that's really what excellence is.
What was the craziest text message or maybe phone call you got in the aftermath of it? What was one that maybe really meant so much to you? Because I know how this works. You win a game like that, everyone starts hitting you up, coach.
Man, I had so many that meant a lot. I don't know if I can just pinpoint one, but it was pretty cool. I got a call from Coach Kroom, who's somebody that when I transitioned to Clemson to coach running backs, he was one of the first individuals that I met with, and he's kind of been in a position where I am before, and he's been a mentor, and just to hear his excitement for that victory was pretty cool.
We all know what Tiki Barber did for
Mhm.
your university in
Right.
1995. Tiki is a colleague of mine, and I saw him right before this interview. He wanted me to tell you congratulations and say hello. But I asked him, I go, man, that was really something. What did you think about it? He goes, insane. He goes, 30 years ago was crazy, but that one on Friday night took the cake. Knowing what Tiki means here, University, and what that win meant for Virginia, how do you kind of process those words?
Oh man, that I mean to hear first of all tell Tiki I said hello and to hear him say that he felt like this win was because we all know what and that's we had the throwback uniforms on. Man, we were paying homage to that team and what they were able to do. I think that what they did to snap a 29 game win streak, the first loss for Florida State in the ACC, that was pretty big. They were ranked number two. So I think they got us, but I'm just glad that we're in the same conversation, and I'm glad that Tiki and all the former players are proud of what we're doing. And really, that's why we're here is to make sure that we carry forth the legacy of all the guys that have come before that have wore the V Saber.
You know this, and I like how you started off this conversation talking about how now it's on to Louisville. How
Mhm.
do you guys move off what was such an incredible victory and lock back in? I know Louisville's a good team, they're undefeated,
Yep.
but sometimes you win a game like this, people start to breathe, people start to get complacent.
Right.
And I know as a coach, you'd rather be in that spot where you're winning that game on Friday rather than losing it. But now it's
Right.
managing how you don't make that the only successful part of your season.
Yeah, so it's really, up to our senior leadership to make sure that we don't deviate from, the way that we prepare. We have a very, very methodical way in which we go about our week. We have themes of the day. We know what needs to get accomplished. We talk about being inside out. That's what we're trying to establish as part of our identity. And so, really, it's a great opportunity for our guys to manage success. I think we all know how difficult that is, and I'm glad they're getting to experience that. But they had Friday night and Saturday, and then Sunday we were right back in here with treatment, and Monday we're on the practice field. Today is Takeover Tuesday. It's the heaviest day of the week. A lot of base down install. We're in pads, so we gotta get after it.
It also helps when you have a quarterback who's so damn tough and who's been through so much on so many different stops in Chandler Morris.
Mhm.
That's to me what stands out to me the most about him is his toughness. How about you when you look at what you got with your quarterback?
That's right. So the way that I describe him, he's a warrior and a winner. I mean, he's a warrior out there, and everybody's gonna lay it on the line for him because they know that's exactly what he's out there to do. And he's been around winning, his whole life. He just knows how to win, and so that's how I would describe him. He's a warrior as a player, and then he's a winner as a leader.
How many times, by the way, I know coaches, right? They break down everything and they got to move on to the next one. But the final play, how many times have you watched it probably by now?
To be honest with you, about two. About two, and then it's on to the next. But I'm sure that there's a lot of folks around here that will continue to watch that play for a while to just relive that moment. But my objective is to make those moments, common for this program, not just something that happens, every once in a while or on an occasion. I wanna bring the experience that I was fortunate to be a part of one of the winningest programs over a decade and got to experience really, really, really cool moments. And that's what I want this program, this university, this athletic department, this community to experience. And we took a step. We got a long way to go, but we did take one step, and I'm glad everybody got to experience. And hopefully that will, you know, energize and unite everybody because it's going to take not just the guys on the field. Like what made that moment cool was it was all of the people running on the field, right? So they played a part of that, and they also played a big part in the false start on fourth down right before that. So we're all in this thing together. So I'm glad everybody got to experience it. But we're back to work trying to make sure that we chase something bigger. We got bigger goals in mind with this football team.
How have you changed? We all know what you did at Clemson, but
Mhm.
from year one to now where you're at Virginia, how have you changed individually, Tony Elliott, as a
Oh
coach?
man, wow, great question. The first thing is I had to kind of slow down and be realistic and understand that I was coming from an environment where everything operated at a certain speed with a certain mindset, and everybody around there had been there inside that environment and understood it. So I had to slow down and really teach, as opposed to assuming that everybody understood the way that I thought, the things that I was trying to implement. So I had to slow down and teach. I think that in terms of managing and dealing with the players, I've kind of, I wouldn't say relaxed, but I've adapted because it's a different time in college football, right? There's a lot of distractions, there's a lot of changes, and so I've had to really just listen and process, and then try to figure out, the right balance of the things that I know to be true, kind of the old school core values, and then being able to articulate those to the young people in a way that they understand, right? Because times are changing. But at its core, to win football games, it takes certain things. So that's been kind of the way that I've had to go. I've had to slow down, be realistic, teach a lot more, and then also learn a lot more about kind of my surroundings so that I can hopefully make the best decisions that will impact everybody the right way.
Last thing I'll ask you, Coach Tony Elliott, after the great victory up against Florida State on Friday night, the head football coach of Virginia here with us on the Zach Gelb Show. You talk about adapting, right? You were at Clemson forever. We know what Clemson was able to do, winning all those national championships and running the ACC. This was supposed to be a year where Clemson got back to winning a national championship, and Dabo right now has 3 losses. There's all these questions about can Dabo adapt to this new system of college football. You know him better than anybody. Why do you still think that guy could go win a national championship again at Clemson one day?
Because he's done it before. I mean, you can't. I mean, that's Coach Woody. You can't count him out. He's gonna figure it out. And man, he did it. Like think about, he got the job when the I think the previous 29 interim coaches did not get hired. He got the job, and then he took Clemson from where it was at that point to what we all know it to be now. So I mean, he's. I would say that their season's not over, right? So watch out. They're going to bounce back. So you can't count him out because he's done it not once but twice, and he's been there 4 times. And man, he knows he knows how to kind of adapt. And the years we were there, we had to adapt, each year. And so I'm fully confident that Coach Sweeney and the Tigers will bounce back.
Well, Coach, once again, heck of a victory. That was awesome watching it on Friday night. I'm sure it was even better in person. Was very jealous of that, but appreciate you coming on, and thanks so much. Good luck the rest of the way in this weekend up against Louisville.
No, really appreciate you having me. And again, please tell Tiki I send my regards.